Guys, our producer just told us that this is our 100th YouTube video.
Today, we're giving you 100 flip tips for episode 100. If you're new to the channel, we're the Boeckle Brothers. I'm Landon.
That makes me Jesse.
We're located here in Las Vegas. Jesse and I have flipped over 300 properties in the last 5 years.
In today's video though, we're dropping 100 valuable real estate tips. I promise you are never gonna learn more from a real estate video than you will in the next 7 minutes. As you grow your business and start flipping multiple properties, a good project manager can make your life much easier.
One way not to lose money is maintaining the existing landscape all the way through the project. It could cost a lot if it dies.
So if you're looking to invest in luxury properties, homes on the course or with a view always bring a premium.
Make sure to walk your properties once a week and always stay on top of your contractors.
When you flip a luxury property, you always have to put in a full appliance set, and that means washer and dryer too.
There's no such thing as the perfect deal, nor the perfect time to invest. Make a plan and take action now.
A seller's market is when inventory is very low and buyer demand is very high, which usually causes appreciation during that time period.
When evaluating a flip, you always want to buffer rehab costs because change orders are inevitable.
When taking a hard money loan, make sure you have 4 to 6 months of reserves in your bank to cover your monthly interest costs.
Sending a fully completed offer and purchase agreement when offering on properties goes a long way to help you get that deal accepted.
Get clear on your investment goals up front. Do you want cash flow or do you want future appreciation to retire?
Loan to value, or LTV, is what lenders use to compare the amount of the loan to the price of the property.
If you can't find 3 good comps for your subject property, you might want to rethink the value on your deal.
Having foresight as to what you think the market's going to do 6 to 9 months down the road is imperative to know as an investor.
When comping a home, always try to stay within 2 miles of your subject property.
You may hear ARV a lot when it comes to real estate. This stands for after repair value.
Pay more attention to your net profits. After all, net profits equals gross profits minus expenses.
The MLS stands for the multiple listing service, and there's thousands of motivated sellers on it each and every day, so use it to your advantage.
The BRRRR model stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. Use it wisely.
A quality flip will sell in any market, so be careful doing lipstick on a pig because if there's a downturn, it could hurt you.
You should line up your financing before you try to go and buy a deal. You may lose it if you don't have your ducks in a row.
Holding yourself to a high ethical standard will pay off as you build your reputation as a local investor.
Utilities add up when flipping a project. Make sure your contractors don't leave the heat or the AC on unnecessarily.
Vet out your contractor before hiring. Always ask for past referrals and check your state contractors board as well for good standing.
Be adaptable to new technology in the business. Don't live in the Stone Age.
A buyer's market is when there's 6 months plus of inventory. When supply is larger than demand, typically there's downward pressure on pricing.
Have your flip properties inspected before you list them on the market. This will reduce your repair requests and reduce the chance of your buyer canceling.
It's simple, but it couldn't be more true. The money's always made in the buy, so buy low and buy right. Fixing your credit score before approaching large lending companies will most likely get you better interest rates.
Don't over-design your properties. We understand it's fun to design homes, but it's more fun to make more profits.
Pools, roofs, plumbing, and HVAC are some of the most expensive items when flipping a house. Make sure to check them good before you buy.
Evaluate multiple exit strategies for every potential deal. Don't be a one-trick pony.
Don't be afraid to spend money on good education. Most high-level investors spend thousands a year on their own education, and it's a write-off.
Make sure the goals you set are SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound.
DSCR stands for debt service coverage ratio. Any number over 1 is considered good.
Don't over-leverage yourself with your rental properties. Always make sure you have a healthy reserve for emergencies.
Staging your flips can help set the vision for the end buyer, makes it feel complete, and can help it sell faster.
Don't buy a rental property solely based off appreciation. You have to make sure it cash flows.
Always keep a pulse on the market and be aware of inventory trends.
Use your own deals as leverage to buy more deals in that area. If you set a neighborhood comp, go look for more deals inside that neighborhood.
The blue tape walk is the final step in the flip process. It helps identify any cosmetic repairs that may need to be made before listing the home.
Driving for dumpsters is a great way to find new contractors for your business that are actively working.
When evaluating a deal, be conservative and give yourself a buffer when calculating project timelines.
Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Find a mentor who can help you grow.
Don't underestimate your ability to find money. There's plenty of wealthy people out there willing to lend to a trustworthy and motivated beginning investor.
Always pay for the proper property insurance. Always.
ROI stands for return on investment and is the percentage of net profits relative to total cost.
Only pay your final invoice to your contractors once the property is fully complete, inspected, and passes your quality control standards.
When evaluating a deal, make sure you don't overlook your holding costs such as insurances, HOA fees, and utilities.
Remember, somebody has to live in the house after you're done flipping it. Always use a licensed, insured, and bonded general contractor. It could save you from a lawsuit down the line.
As an investor, never put your eggs all in one basket. Have multiple avenues of acquiring and sourcing properties. Make sure to walk your properties once a week to maintain quality control.
Set up calendar alerts for yourself for all dates and contingencies in your transaction so you never miss a date or a payment.
Pay attention to pending sales. That could really be a good indicator as to which way the neighborhood pricing is trending.
If you can't win with price on your offer, try to win with terms. Ask what terms may be more favorable to a seller's situation.
Decide which type of rehab you're going to execute, a luxury, high-end, a standard cosmetic rehab, or a basic rehab before you buy.
By studying the active listing in your project's neighborhood, you can get a better idea of how your project will stack up against the competition.
Communicate with your team daily, even if it's a quick check-in.
Keep in mind, you can always donate the fixtures, furniture, and appliances you find in your flip projects to a charity.
When comping a property, always try to keep the comparable sales plus or minus 20 years of your subject property.
Investing in real estate has historically proven to be less volatile than investing in the stock market, so you could say it's a safe way to invest.
Partnering with a realtor is a great way to get started buying properties from the MLS. OPM stands for other people's money. Remember, you always want to try to keep your own cash in your pocket. Pay your contractors in thirds to keep their work ahead of your payments.
If you're buying a home with solar equipment, check to see if that equipment is owned or leased, because a solar lease is more difficult to handle.
When buying a short-term rental, make sure to look for extra bedrooms and extra amenities to maximize your cash flow.
Develop your own niche. Don't blend in with the crowd. Stand out and differentiate yourself.
Taxes are expensive when you own a business. So as you're making profits, make sure you set some aside so you can pay those taxes later on.
Quality photos make all the difference when it comes to listing your property.
Practice saying no, because not every deal is going to make sense. Remember, you don't want to buy any deal, you want to buy the right deal.
Try to implement a consistent desired return criteria so you can make non-emotional decisions when evaluating buys.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Make sure to follow up aggressively on all those offers.
Touring an MLS listing before submitting your offer will make you look more serious as a buyer and help you get your offers accepted.
Understand how much your time is worth and then delegate out all the other tasks that aren't worth your time. Real estate is a numbers game, so ask yourself, are you talking to enough people on a daily basis, and are you taking enough action daily?
High days on market can be a good indication of seller motivation for listed properties on the MLS.
You're going to want to create templates and spreadsheets to always stay organized.
If you become a landlord, keep your tenant-landlord relationship about business. If you become too friendly, they could take advantage of you.
If you own rental properties, make sure to set aside money for vacancies and repairs because it's inevitable for those to happen.
Once you build a team, don't forget to reward your people. Acknowledgement goes a long way.
Using some of your active flip profits to purchase passive investment properties can be a great way to offset your taxes.
Make sure you invest in a good accountant sooner than later. This will definitely pay off in the long run.
A clean job site is a quality job site. Make sure your contractors know to clean the house daily.
Profit splitting can be a great method to get started with a private money lender, especially if you don't want to use any of your own money.
When comping a property, always make sure to stay within plus or minus 20% square footage of the subject property.
Be patient with your investments. Do not try to get rich overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Searching the MLS and utilizing keywords such as TLC or cash buyer only is a great technique to use to identify potential investment properties.
Be careful not to over-improve your properties. You don't always get back what you put in with rehab.
If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Failing to understand and estimate your costs up front spells disaster. Take your time to estimate all your costs accordingly before you buy.
You always want to hire only a licensed, bonded, and insured general contractor.
You can deduct all sorts of expenses from your taxes, such as mortgage interest, depreciation, and property taxes.
Social media brings deals, so get on it, start networking, and use it to your advantage. You're going to want to try to identify rental properties in growing markets where people and jobs are moving to.
Becoming a realtor can save you money when selling your flips. Otherwise, you're looking at paying 6 to 8% when selling your properties.
The 1% rule is a really good way to determine whether a property makes for a good rental. Does it rent for 1% of the purchase price? Be patient and don't overpay just to get your hands on a deal. You'll end up regretting that later. When just starting out, try to bid your project with 3 separate contractors to get 3 different estimates before you commit to one.
Document your entire process with pictures and video, even if you're a beginner. You'll be glad you did.
And our number 1 tip is your network determines your net worth.
Always surround yourself with people more advanced from you. It will force you to level up.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in and subscribing to our channel. We couldn't have gotten here without you. 100 episodes, this is crazy for us.
Unreal, unreal. If you guys have any questions of anything we've covered or any of our tips today, please drop a comment below and show us some love and subscribe to the channel.
And until then, we'll see you on the flip side.